Hello everyone, it's Hoplite Mike, back with another video. Welcome back to this Sparta Let's Play. In the last episode, we essentially had to deal with a lot of sieges. Rome attacked us at Sparta, and Macedon are continually sieging us around Athens, so I sort of fended them off, so now we're in a position where we can look to push out. I've seen that Larissa has a very small garrison, so I want to push out and take that if we can. The only forces that I have to be able to do that are in Athens, so I'm just going to wait till everything's retrained, and then push out. I do want to take our diplomat down to try and bribe this rebel force if we can as well. And in Athens, we do need a fleet as opposed to hoplites. I can't afford a fleet yet, so I'm just going to get another unit of hoplites. So with that, I'll move to the next turn. Okay, so another faction goes, and we did not get attacked, which is always a good thing. Roads have landed right next to Athens. So, okay, so it's very congested around here. Macedon have big forces outside of... Yeah, and our port's being blockaded again. That's what I was worried about, just because I can't do anything about that, and it has a real detrimental impact on our gold. So what I want to do is firstly take an army up to Larissa. I'm going to take... So if we're defending Athens, I need at least 6 units of hoplites, and I have 6 units of hoplites, so it will need to be the mercenary hoplites and militia hoplites that I use for going up to Larissa. Still, it only has 2 units of a garrison, but there are some Macedonian forces lurking. So we might need to pull back there, but we'll see what happens. Athens still has a decent garrison, and I need to get a fleet as soon as possible. So that's all I can do. I think I'll just pass turn there. Yeah, so Macedon look like they're heading towards Athens again, and they have sieged us. I'm okay with that. I'm fairly comfortable. I can defend Athens with the garrison that we have. The good news is that they didn't reinforce Larissa.
Now talk reasonably.
Ceasefire of roads, sure.
Thanks.
At war with a lot of factions, so that will help. If we can get a ceasefire of 1. And another faction goes. So factions going at the rate of knots here. So Larissa doesn't have a stone wall, so we just need the rams there. And Athens, yeah, I'm comfortable enough we can defend that.
Yes, my lord.
I wonder if
I shall speak with them at once.
Can't get through.
I shall speak with them at once.
I wonder if they would do an alliance.
We see no benefit to us.
No, apparently not. We're now losing quite a lot of money per turn. It's just because Athens is under siege constantly. Yeah. So Athens might attack us in... Sorry, Macedon might attack us in Athens, but that's fine. I can deal with that. And Macedon attack us at Larissa. So we have 3 units of militia hoplites and a general unit. They have a general unit, phalanx pikemen, and light lancers. So let's jump into this one.
On my
Right, here we go then. So they are the aggressor, so I don't need to attack them. There's no hill we can take advantage of, unfortunately. You guys need to drop that siege equipment. I'm just going to form a line here. They do have light lancers which are quick moving, so I need to get into position fairly quickly. Yeah, they're coming straight out here. What I might do is just form a box. The light lancers are already attacking our sharp lights, which we should win in an extended battle. The light lancers don't have good morale. They won't do well against spears either. Just sending hoplite units out. No, I've run away. So yeah, they don't have many units. So as long as I surround them and try and protect against the flank. Yep, so they've just ran head first into the spears, so I would expect them to rout pretty quickly. They're already down to 8.
Waiting for orders.
Okay, there's another cavalry unit coming. General's bodyguard, so that one is a bit of a worry. Okay. It's a general. Just gets speared. Okay. Let's surround this unit of phalanx pikemen. Okay, I think this battle's just about won now. These should get cut down fairly quickly. Just surround them here. Their general is back. Just the 13 guys there. We need to protect the general here. Okay. He's back to routing again, and the phalanx pikemen are now broken. Okay. So I think that should be it. I think they've got any more units. Unless they have something in the city. Just the white lancers that came back from routing. Yeah, I'm just going to fast forward this bit. I don't want to chase them into the city because I'll get fired upon by arrows. And that's the end of the battle, so there's no point in continuing because it's effectively a siege battle, so he's taking control there. Okay, so with that, we have now taken Larissa from the Macedonians. That gives us quite a good platform for heading to Thermon.
Settlement captured.
So I could move population to other settlements, but given the gold situation, I think I'm just going to exterminate. Okay, so seem to be engaged in a long war with Macedon here, but once we've dealt with them, things should be a bit easier. So basically what I need to do now is... oh, who's this? Pergamon. So they must have come over from Anatolia. So basically what I need to do is basically just make sure I can hold Athens while simultaneously trying to get more of the Macedonian territory and also taking out Thermon. So Larissa, we can retrain everything. They've also got stables, so that's quite good. We can get the cavalry. They're sent around a small force. I'm going to keep recruiting stuff here in terms of the hoplites. In Sparta, I want to build something that's going to help us in the economy-wise. So I think a shipwright is probably the way to go. Although the crop rotation will give us a bit more population growth, which is what I want. That's what I'll do there, and I'll also recruit another unit of cavalry. In Aegon, I'll just keep recruiting the militia hoplites, and in Athens, let's recruit another unit of hoplites. So if I bring up the... well, there's quite a lot of rebels around here. If I use my diplomat here to try and bribe these rebels.
Be quick. You insult us.
No. Okay. But I do want to move out of Larissa to take Thermon fairly quickly. I don't know if we can get around them one turn. Actually, we can. Okay, so in the next turn I'll go for Larissa. Sorry, Thermon. Which will deal with the Aetolian League, who are allied to Macedon. So that'll kind of help against Macedon. So I think I can move to the next turn now.
Think very carefully before you reply.
Macedon are threatening us, but we're already at war, so
Until next time.
I'm not going to pay them any more gold. So Macedon have attacked us here. I think this will be a pretty important battle. If I defeat them here, they'll effectively be crippled because they won't be able to take Athens, and I've already taken Larissa off them. So I'm going to fight this one in the battlefield.
And at the last,
Okay, so we are defending Athens once again. I only have 2 missile troops like last time and 6 hoplite units, so I'm not going to leave the Peltas at the wall because that's our general unit. I will leave these ones though. I'm just going to employ the same strategy as last time, so I'm going to line up the hoplites. Should enable them to hold Athens. And I'll just keep the general back here in the middle of the square. So I'll fast forward this bit. Effectively let them in the city because we can't hold the wall anyway. That's the ram already up in flames. And they've reached the walls, so I'm going to bring the troops back in. Yeah, the towers should do a lot of damage to them here. See that levy pikeman unit's already down to 114. So now that they've taken the towers, they'll stop firing the arrows, but our other towers will still fire them. So that's going to do a fair bit of damage, especially to run past here. Should get some arrows down. It's going to take them down. And they're not taking this tower, so it's doing a lot of damage. So is the tower around here. Okay, so that is Macedon now in the city and heading up towards the square. They haven't taken the towers, so they've taken a lot of casualties just from the towers alone. Is that 300 troops they've lost from that alone? That's a lot. Okay, here we go then. So they've routed already just from the tower shots. So you can see how strong the stone walls are in this battle. How important they are to have. Fast forward here. Okay, here we go then. So they're sending in their light lancers to our hoplite units. It's generally not advisable to send in cars straight into a spear wall. I'd rather not have you firing. Just line you guys up here. Okay, so we've broken the first unit there. And I want you guys back on the square so we get the morale boost. Seems to be a unit around here. Yeah, there's. Yeah. Yeah, so there's not too many units coming around this side. Looks like this use most of their forces on the other side. So I'm going to take one unit here and use it to reinforce on this side. That's their general who has just been sliced down by one of our hoplites. So they'll take big morale penalties now, and we should be able to close out this battle from here, I would have thought. Okay, so now we've got them surrounded. Yeah, we can see them starting to rout now. With the general dead, they won't last very long. And they haven't taken any of the towers apart from the main towers, so the towers will do a lot of damage to them as they rout and retreat out of the city. I'm just going to chase them down here, but I think this battle is all but won. Let's see. Now they've got one unit of pikemen coming down there, so I'll just send a unit of hoplites. Actually, I don't want to. Okay, that's the battle one. So I don't want to send in our guys to get hit by friendly fire by the tower, so I'll just let the towers do most of the damage. Okay, so that's another unit routing now, so it's fine. So I don't know if they've got any other units or we're just waiting for them to leave the battlefield. I think they are. Okay, so that's another successful defense of Athens. Just waiting for them to leave the battlefield. So I think they got away with 100 troops, maybe slightly more.
The enemy are utterly beaten.
Yeah, it's a heroic victory. We lost about 40 men, took them down to about 100, so we have crippled them there. Okay, so we have once again put Macedon to shame. And I think they'll be all but crippled now in terms of we've dealt with most of their stacks. We started taking territory off them. And we're about to deal with their ally in Thermon, or the Aetolian League. And another faction goes. Hopefully it won't be long before we get the Macedonian faction destroyed. So it's still very congested around here. Macedon do actually have quite a big force at Corinth, but it is isolated. I do want to make a move for Larissa, sorry, Thermon, which now has a slightly bigger garrison than it did before. So I can get there in one turn. I do need to recruit some more units. Let's get some more hoplites. Seem to be pretty good in a siege. So I'm going to take these hoplites and 1 unit of militia hoplites, head around here. I don't know if we can get any mercenaries. We can, okay, that's good. So now we can go to Thermon with a pretty decent force here. We spent most of our money. Athens does need to be retrained. Its troops need to be retrained. Okay, so we can retrain all our units there to full, which is good. And okay, so we're looking not too bad. Now, move into the next turn. Okay, so Macedon have put Larissa under siege, which is what we expected. But I do want to deal with the Aetolian League, because that's one of Macedon's allies, so... Another faction goes. And there's nearly every turn. Okay, so let's go in on Thermon. So the balance of battles looking good, we outnumber them sort of 2 to 1. I don't know if it has... Does it have stone walls? No, just wooden walls. Okay, so I should just be able to auto-resolve this one. I think balance power is good, I do outnumber them. So that's a clear victory. So the Aetolian League are no more, and I think I will enslave just because I don't need the gold. And the Aetolian League bites the dust too. So they had a force. I think it was this one. Yeah, Asia. So they've now turned into rebels. And I'm not sure where my diplomat is. There he is.
Yes, my lord. I shall be quick.
I'm gonna see if I can drive anyone around here.
Your honor, I shall be quick. I'll pay you insult us.
Nope. Okay. So now we've taken Thermon, Larissa. Looking quite good. The next stop will probably be Corinth, but I do need to kind of secure the borders a bit. Rome still have a force here. In fact, they have 2 forces there. Okay. Let's keep recruiting everywhere, especially in Sparta and in Aegon. And I can actually get back around to... I can't retrain anything, but can get back around. So I need to weigh up if there's any danger to doing that. I don't think there is, so I'm just going to take this force, leave them with sharp plates, and come back round here. So they just have 2 units of Hippospists and a Phalanx Pikeman. So this should be fairly straightforward. So I'm going to fight this one.
Now trouble begins.
Okay, so key here is, well, we need to use the slope first of all, and we need to join up with our reinforcements.
Gods be praised.
So our reinforcements have unfortunately come
Send them to fight.
to the bottom of the hill.
The enemy.
None of them got stuck behind the bug, so that's good. So I think we should be able to deal with this Macedon force anyway, without the reinforcements. So I'll line up here with our guys. And everyone should be walking because I don't want to be exhausted. That will not be good. What do we actually have here? So we've got a full unit of hoplites coming over, so that's good. The units above that so we can get some missile fire down, and a couple of units of militia hoplites, which are not very good, but They can't, they do have their uses. Okay, so now we've got all our forces into position. Let's move up here. Want to use the missiles as effectively as possible.
Units, forward.
And protect against cavalry charge with using the militia hoplites. Right, so we've got 2 units of ranged troops firing on theirs, or we should do. What these guys are doing. Okay, they're coming in for a fight, I think. And they have instantly routed, so that's good. Oh, they're just retreating off the battlefield, I think. Yeah, they've retreated. So I'm just going to let them go. I don't have any cav to chase them down, so... Oh, no, they're back. So I'm just going to send the guys in.
Hoplites, march! Hoplite militia, move! Units! Units!
Yeah, it looks like they're retreating. Yeah, it is a victory, but they didn't take many of their troops, unfortunately. Yeah, so we forced the Macedonians back at Larissa. Unfortunately, there's a big Pergamon force. And I can't retreat back into the city. So I need to build up a garrison at Thermon because that has no troops. Can't seem to recruit any militia hoplites here. It's got stables and a practice range, but no barracks. So I guess we'll just get cav then. We are out of money, but we've got a good income. I'm expecting the Romans to attack. In Athens we're recruiting, in Asia we're recruiting. Yeah, so we're not looking too bad now. Macedon just has this kind of one settlement that has decent forces within. Move to the next turn. Okay, so Pergamon has moved its forces up, which is quite nice, because it did not want to have to deal with a near full stack. Rome's still lingering, and they're sending over another fleet, but it's got no forces on it, so that's reassuring. Move our guys back inside and retrain most of them. Get some cav here. We need to build up a garrison here, so I'm just going to get the cavalry. And in Thermon, sorry, in Adron we have a pretty big garrison now. And we can upgrade it to a governor's villa. But I think the money's probably better spent elsewhere. Need to make sure I've got enough hoplites and enough of an army to defend against Rome and Sparta, so I get some more hoplites there. I think Sparta's, with this many units of hoplites, it's very easy to defend in a siege. Unfortunately, Macedon is nearly at full stack in Corinth. Epirus has quite a small garrison actually, so that's something I could go for. But I do want to keep a decent garrison in Larissa. Potentially move up here to see what they have, to see what Macedon have up here. Yeah, I think Macedon have Larissa and Thessalonica, but not much beyond that. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move up and see what's left to take. So I want hoplites in the defense in the event of a siege. I can take these peltasts.
Yes, Strategos. Sir! Sir! My lord! Orders!
And that should be enough. What does that have? It's 3 men. We could try and take the diplomat round as well. Always losing the diplomat. Where is he? It'd be quite nice to be able to bribe this force.
Be quick. Our patient, you insult us.
Okay. I might see if I can bribe it next time because we'll have a lot of money in next time. I wonder if we can get a spy here actually. Can't get a spy. Okay, let's get back to the hoplite recruiting. Recruiting in Thermon. Okay, so I think I'll pass turn that. Should bump up the taxes in Larissa as well actually. They're already up, so let's move to the next turn.
Think very carefully before you
Macedon are threatening us, but I think we've tripled. Yeah, so their strength rating is down a bit. So I can actually find out what settlements they have. So if I say request, give region Corinth. So it's only showing 1 city, which means they have 2 because you can't give away your capital. So Macedon just has Corinth and Thessalonica.
Until next time.
So that means the next goal is eliminating Macedon. They have less settlements than I thought they would. And Rome wants a ceasefire, so I'll definitely take that because I want to deal with Macedon first. Rhodes attacking us. Okay. So Rhodes did previously negotiate a ceasefire with us, but they seem to have changed their mind. Right. So now I'm taking a force up to Thessalonica to try and deal with the Macedonians once and for all. Okay, so there's Thessalonica. It's actually got a decent garrison. Wonder if I can
be quick.
Bribe these.
You insult us.
No. But any mercenaries? No mercenaries. Okay. So Thessalonica has a bigger garrison than I would have initially thought. So I want to get a few more units before I go for it, I think. Rome negotiated a ceasefire, so I'm not too worried about them now. Just keep recruiting in Aegon and get building something in Sparta. So we get a shipwright, should give us a bit more gold, which I think we need to prioritise. And with that we'll move to the next turn. And the factoring goes. Right, so Rhodes didn't attack. Pergamon's still lurking. So is Rome. We have a ceasefire with them. So I'm going to keep proceeding to... Oh, it's called Pella. In the main game I think it's called Thessalonica. And Epirus just has 1 unit. It's the garrison. Get another unit of Cav, and I can lay siege to Pella this turn. I have 6 units to their 6. Seems a bit of a risk.
My lord, sir.
Reinforce this army. And keep recruiting here. I'm actually going to send some cav to Larissa just in case it gets attacked.
My lord. Sir. My lord.
Still no mercenaries available for hire. We might be able to get some mercenaries once we get into Pella. Corinth is looking like more and more of a challenge to take. So we're going to keep recruiting in Sparta just so that we have as big a force as possible before taking Corinth when we do go for it. And with that I'll pass turn. Emporium. So Pella now has, okay, so Pella's just building more units by the turn. How many is that? 9 units to our 8. They might not be very good units right enough. I'll just keep moving up with the cavalry to reinforce. Some more hoplites. Definitely want to keep recruiting in Thermon. Rome still has us under siege, but Athens can hold out for another 5 turns, so I'm not too worried about that. And Sparta's got a big garrison. Okay, so we are reaching sort of economic capacity in terms of our military units, so we do need to keep conquering, which is fine because we are going to hopefully try and get Pella in the next couple of turns, so I'll just end the turn there. Macedon comes to negotiate, and they have moved their forces outside of Pella, which is interesting. Epirus wants to have a chat. Thermon's now under siege. Okay. Yeah, I was moving my forces to Larissa because I thought that was the one that would most likely go under siege, but Epirus have seized their opportunity. Okay, so we can now go for Pella. About even, but might be able to get some mercenaries once we cross the border here. No. Okay, let's delay siege to Pella. They have 2 siege equipment, so it's not a great army. These levy pikemen don't have much morale either, so... I still got the wooden walls, so yeah, I'm fairly confident about that. In terms of down here, they've laid siege to us with 3 units. So, yeah, I'm not massively worried about that. I'll move down some pop plates. I'm still recruiting, okay. Roads still haven't attacked us. Got 4 turns to hold out, it's fine. And yeah, I don't think there's much else we can do this turn, so just pass turn here. Okay, so Macedon have attacked us at Pella. So what I'm going to do is, if you are enjoying the content, please like and subscribe. I think we're going to fight this one in the next episode. Hopefully in the next episode we can take Pella and also attack Corinth and deal with Macedon once and for all. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.